I'm obviously not like a moral purist, but this is kind of like putting a cartoon character on a pack of cigarettes, right? It kind of, encourages the use of kids. And this is even worse because it's designed for them. So welcome back to the channel today, everybody. So today's video is about the left's latest topic, age-appropriate porn for kids. I seriously wish I was joking. So before we get started though, make sure you click that like and subscribe button below. So an opinion writer for GQ, Style, and other magazines, Flora Gill, said in a tweet, someone needs to create porn for children. Hear me out. This already isn't good. Young teens are already watching porn, but they're finding hardcore, aggressive videos that give a terrible view of sex. They need entry-level porn, a softcore site where everyone asks for consent and no one gets choked, etc. Now, this post was promptly deleted, but again, the internet doesn't forget, and ironically, she was also someone who recently advocated for screenshotting posts to make them live on, in infamy, even after they are deleted. And I actually believe that people had started to let this die. I mean, this took place about a week ago. I think people were ready to just let it go. That is until the BBC Women's Hour had their hold my beer moment, right? So they asked their viewers to weigh in on the best way to inform teenagers about porn. And now this tweet reads, what's the best way to inform teenagers about porn? Should there be age-appropriate porn as has been suggested so they can learn about consent and what's respectful and what's not? What do you think? Email us your opinions. Now, obviously, this post has a very healthy ratio. I mean, 3,000 comments to about 131 likes. That is, and it's still up though. That's what's crazy. This is still up. So they obviously think this is an appropriate question to even be asking. Age appropriate porn. Think about that. We're talking about age appropriate porn. I mean, how about we actually do the smart thing and talk about absent parents? They should be teaching their kids about porn and sex ed, right? But in today's day and age, a lot of parents, they don't do the hard stuff. They don't want to have these uncomfortable conversations, right? They expect their kids to go into school and learn everything they need to know about sex, about don't do drugs, about everything that they should be teaching their kids. They are expecting somebody else to teach. And that's kind of where this comes from. Porn to teach about consent. Now, I agree with my fellow Liberty Movement member, Eliza Blue, who responded with, raising children that understand healthy boundaries and consent is not the responsibility of the porn industry. I agree. If the child doesn't know about consent, that is absolutely 100% on the parents. Unfortunately, again, we are going to have this whole generation that doesn't know how to live because they are not being taught they are not being taught what they need to be taught, and that we are relying on government and government systems and schools, which by and large are public schools, so it's run by the government. We are expecting that somebody else is going to teach our children the stuff that we need to know, like consent. And it's interesting, it's an interesting shift, right? Because we had all the feminists and everything like that the last couple of years, and they are absolutely right. It's instead of trying to like victim blame, like she was asking for it, type stuff like that, which is absolutely awful. Teach young men not to rape. Teach your kids not to not to harm others, and always ask for consent. So now they seem to have given up that message. let's just show them porn and show them what it's supposed to actually look like. It's absolutely amazing to me to see this, but it doesn't surprise me. This is the thing. Kids, well, teens, and I grew up in the 90s, so yes, porn was readily available in the 90s when you were a teen. What parents need to know is not stick their head in the sand and think that their kids aren't watching porn. They need to teach them about, if they see porn, that's not, those aren't real expectations. That is not how it usually works. They also need to show that, porn can be absolutely addictive as any other drug. And obviously, I'm not against porn for adults, right? I mean, I just had Christy Mayer on to talk about Brandy Love and you know, and talk about that whole situation. I mean, what two consenting adults do if somebody is willing, if somebody wants to watch something that two consenting adults put out there for them to watch. I don't really care, by all means. That's your prerogative. Um, I'm not here to stop you. I'm also not here to stop the people that put that out, because that's consent. It's consenting adults. We have child filters on computers and everything like that for reasons. Especially if you're using like VPNs and stuff, it's a lot easier to block this stuff from your children's view. However, I do look at porn as the same as I look at drugs and alcohol. It can be very harmful to the brain, especially one that's still developing, and it is very harmful to the development. And it's not up to the porn industry to make porn to show them what it would look like in real life. No, it's up to the adults to. However, as I bring these issues up, it has me questioning, where have the morals gone of progressives? I'm obviously not like a moral purist, but this is kind of like putting a cartoon character on a pack of cigarettes, right? It kind of, encourages the use of kids. And this is even worse because it's designed for them. Could you imagine back in the day, like Joe Camel saying like, oh, we designed a pack of cigarettes. We designed a type of cigarettes just for kids. That's what they are saying. Or, hey, why don't we design this alcohol to sell to minors? That's exactly what they're saying when you say we should design porn to show you guys how it works. I mean, but seriously though, like my last few videos have shown how dangerous progressives have become. And it's not just the gay agenda anymore. This has nothing to do with the gay agenda. It just has to do with progressives' morality. Yeah, let's show them kink. Let's show them porn. I mean, kids don't need to see this stuff. And the people who promote these things are the ones that are morally sound, and because they care. Obviously they don't. Otherwise they would condemn this type of stuff. I'm not going to show this video here, but recently there was a video that went viral, and it's absolutely disgusting. It showed kids that, I mean, they couldn't be any older than 10 years old. Like girls were like twerking on the boys. And basically you had boys like almost simulating sex. And the parents were right there. Nobody's stopping it. Nobody's doing it. They're filming it. Like, this is a good thing. Like, this is a cultural thing. It's not good. The sexualization of children is getting way out of hand. I mean, I don't know where it started, but you get like drag kids in bars accepting tips, and people giving them money, like, and they're strutting around. I just don't get this. This is moral society failing. And then we have parents transitioning their children at 4 years old, and people who promote these things, they think they're the ones that are morally right because they want to force you to get a vaccine or something like that, because they care about you. It's absolutely just disgusting what you see going on, and the people are promoting this type of stuff. I mean if you would have said 5 years ago that in 2021 people would be advocating, porn for kids, that would be unfathomable. I don't get where we've gone so wrong. And like I said, it's just moral. It's morally wrong for this stuff to be happening, and we have to be calling this stuff out. Now, like I said, these tweets, they definitely get like a healthy ratio. I mean, they get condemned a lot on Twitter, but 90% of Americans are not on Twitter. They don't tune in to everything that's going on Twitter. They really kind of unaware of a lot of this stuff that's happening until it gets brought to, when stuff goes viral and stuff like that, and they see it on Facebook or their local news broadcast something on it. Those types of things are what's reaching some people, but it's really interesting because there's so many people that are out there that are completely clueless about these issues. Which is why we need to continue to stand up against this. We need more people out here standing against this, telling people, showing people that aren't on Twitter, showing these people like, this is what's happening. Like, open your eyes. Like, this is what's happening. But this is what really happens on the left. Like, they will condemn you more for how you say something than the actual message you are presenting yourself. For example, misgender Chris Chan right now, while talking about the fact that he raped his mother. You'll get TRAs out there going, it's she. They will care more about me using he than they will about the fact that he raped his mother. That is where we are at right now. Morality is lost. And in order to save us from this downward spiral, we're going to need to stand up and be loud about it. Get people involved that don't want to be involved right now. They need to stand up and actually see what's going on, or they're part of the problem too. They really are. We need a strong front against what is happening. We need to show the people, and there's good people on the left that just want good, but we need to show them as well that this is what you guys are promoting. You are promoting all this stuff. It's why pedophiles think that they have an avenue into the LGBT community. It's reasons why we think we can show porn to kids. Morality is starting to be lost. And like I said, there are good people. I have friends that are on the left, and I wish they would just look at what is happening in society right now and see that it is stuff that they have advocated for that has turned into this. And if you're going to condemn in one area, like climate change and stuff like that, if you're going to vote for somebody like Joe Biden, who, I mean, let's be real, like, look at all the pictures of him inappropriately touching women. Good on them though for going after Andrew Cuomo, but it was kind of like the pot calling the kettle black when Joe Biden condemned Andrew Cuomo. I mean, it's these types of things. Because people are on your side, you have to call them out. You have to show them, like, it doesn't matter sides anymore. We're talking about the future. And if you're not going to stand up against that, the only other thing that is going to change this is a great flood. It really is. It's the only thing that is going to stop this downward spiral, is a great flood. That just wipes everything clean and we start over, right? It's really disconcerting. And I mean, a lot of this stuff just makes me feel dirty just even talking about. Like, it's gotten so bad that we really need to come together. People on the left, people on the right, people in the center, everybody needs to come together to really condemn what this has become. People are afraid to get called names by certain people when they stand up. Well, those people are wrong. They are not morally sound people. And if you are afraid to stand up against them, then again, you are part of the problem. You have to speak your voice when it comes to these issues. Point them out in a large audience, make them known. That's why this video is for. Make these people known, because when they are out here promoting porn for kids, they need to be known, and the masses need to know about what these people are trying to do. But I'll get off my soapbox for now. Thank you for joining again, everybody. Make sure you click that subscribe button below, and I will be back soon with some more content and great guests soon. Thanks for joining.